This video is about these sandy cast animal figures that I bought recently at a garage sale. The purpose of Lazy Day Listing, which is the phrase that I personally coined for these videos, Lazy Day Listing, is to take similar items that you can photograph easy and get them listed fast. It's one of those days where you want to put up a few listings on eBay. You just don't have a lot of time. Maybe you don't have a lot of energy. Maybe you don't have a lot of both. And you just want to get something listed fast. So taking all of these sandy cast figurines, these animal figurines, is what I think is a good project for Lazy Day Listing. If you're new to our channel, I'm Vicki with Avante-Avenue, and my husband Mark and I resell on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. And as I said, I'm going to show you today how to list some animal figurines. I'm going to show you two different ways. Here's what the label looks like. I'm going to show you two different ways to list these. Listing them individually because this one actually weighs more than all the others. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of listing them individually, which includes taking the photos, processing the photos, creating the drafts, inserting them. They're all going to be listed on eBay. But make sure you watch all the way to the end because I'm going to show you how to do a listing with variations. Do you know how to do a listing with variations on eBay? Not every item that you list qualifies for a variation listing. And a variation listing is exactly what it says. It means we're going to take a bunch of these, not this larger one, but a bunch of smaller sandy cast animals and photograph them and prepare them for listing them in one eBay listing. One listing with multiple variations. So that's what we're going to do today. And if you haven't watched one of my videos before, one of my tutorial type videos, like these Lazy Day listing videos that I've started to do, well, I am detailed. I'm very detailed. So if you are new at this, new at selling on eBay, I'm going to take you through step by step on how to do the listing, because I know if I were trying to learn, that's what I would want. And if you are a seasoned reseller and you already know how to do this, well, maybe a refresher would be nice, or maybe you haven't done a variation listing. So with all that said, let's get started. So we're going to get all these little sand cast animals. These are the original ones. It says US and foreign, but we're going to get all of these for $20, including the dolphin and including the parrot. For $20, we're going to get all of these. Let's take a look at the sandy cast figures that I bought recently in our photography station. This is what I'm going to work on today, and these are sandy cast, and I'm going to see how fast I can kick these out. And this is our photography setup. It's just an old desk, and we have all these side lights on it. I'm not going to use all of them, just turning on these two and the two in the back, these two. And it's just poster board, cheap poster board from the Dollar Tree. And these are weights that you can pick up in pretty much any sewing department, probably Joann's, and that keeps the poster board in place. I decided to put these two together for the first photo. I'm going to take the photos and then run them through the Photo Room app. Not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by the apps that I'm going to show you. To take our photos, we use a Pro Camera app. My phone, my iPhone 11 Pro, doesn't have a square photo anymore, and I often like to take a square photo. And there's other advantages of using a camera app. It's a one-time fee to buy it. I forget how much it costs, but it's called Pro Camera. Again, I'm not sponsored. Camera apps can change, but this is what it looked like when we first downloaded it a couple of years ago. This isn't a tutorial on the app itself. I'm showing this to you so that you can see what type of photos I take. Now this is going to be for a lot of 2 if I were to sell them individually. But as I said early on, I'm going to show you at the end how to do a listing with variations. I do think it's important to take photos of all angles and also add a photo, whenever possible, with a ruler so the buyer can get a feel for the size of the item. We also use an app called Photo Room. I used to get a referral fee for it, but I'm not getting that right now, and I'm not sponsored by it. But Photo Room is our go-to app, the pro version, so that we have all the bells and whistles and we can photograph in what they call batches, where we can import lots of items. To import multiple items as well as some additional backgrounds and things are some of the benefits of getting the Pro version. I'm going to show you in real time, yes, real time, how long it takes to process the photos. Don't worry, I'll play some music over it, but I think it's important for you to see that it really doesn't take very long to process the photos. I took them on a black background, and I showed you that I just used plain, cheap, well-worn black poster board for the background. I can convert that background to white or black or one of their fancier options. I'm going to convert it to black, and I think you're going to be surprised with the before and the after photos as you see them convert. It automatically changes it to white when I import the photos, but down below I'm going to choose the black button and make sure the background is black. I am not kidding when I say that Photo Room is our favorite app. We use it every single time we photograph items to resell. You do need the Pro version to batch items. That means import multiple photos. It takes me to my photo album, and I just touch every single photo in the order that I would like them to import. And when I'm done, I choose Add. Now this is going to be real-time processing. I want you to see how fast it is. At least I think it's fast. It does default to a white background first. So it's changing the black background to a white background. But you see at the bottom in the center, you see the plant with a black background. At any time while it's processing, I can click on that icon and it will start changing the background to a nice solid black background. I know this is moving fast, but next I export the 10 images. It is extremely important to save image. You save the images to your photo file. They're all checked. Now at the top right, choose Done. You can start another batch of photos or close out the app. Let's do a little research on eBay and see what these are going for. You know, eBay has a camera now for us to search for items for sell one like this. However, it has a major flaw. It doesn't allow us to sort by sold items. Why they would take that away, I have no idea, but they don't have it. So all we get to see is what's active listings. The eBay camera is at the top right next to the search bar. Just open it up and snap a photo of your item to see if they have anything like it. I didn't find anything with the first photo I took, so I decided to photograph the other wolf. It's not a dog, it's a wolf. And there it is. I was able to find it. And a lot of times I will highlight and copy the title of what I find and then go out to eBay's search bar again and paste it in and see what else comes up. And on the top right, I choose Filter, trying to find out what actually sold for this type of item. As I said, you can't filter for sold items just from the listings that show up from using their camera. And although I didn't find any sold here, at least I got to look at what did sell. So back to the active listing, I click on that listing and open it up and then scroll all the way down until I finally see sell one like this. And that's where I import the photos that I've ran through Photo Room. And it's important to choose the photos in the order of how you would like them to be seen in the listing. And you can see up above and down below what the photos look like before I ran them through Photo Room. What a difference. The photos are imported and I could finish the listing right here, but I prefer to save for later and finish it on my laptop. And you'll find the draft, as it's called, down below your task, and you can open up the drafts and see all of your drafts that you're working on. And you can choose it there again and finish it, or as I said, finish it on a desktop or a laptop. I found something similar. I chose sell one like this. I've saved it as a draft. I've inserted the photos. Now let's go finish the eBay listing. I did all of that on my phone, my smartphone. Sometimes I'm not sure if it's smart. I did all of that on my phone before even going to my laptop to finish the listing. Maybe you don't have a laptop or a desktop and you finish it on your phone, but I like using both. I'm in my Seller Hub. I'm under my listings. I'm under drafts. Here it is, the first one. We're going to resume draft. Right click and open a new window. And there's the photos. You saw how fast it was to take the photos and process them. and I'd say they turned out pretty darn good. And I started out with some really worn poster board. So the next thing I want to do is to find out a little more about these critters. So I'm going to take the title that I did a sell one like this, and I'm going to copy that and go out to eBay and open a new window. Paste this in the search bar and see what else I can find. Here's the one I did the sell one like this. And that one's slightly different. These are all a little bit different. I only see the one that looks like what I have. And they're asking $19.99, and as you know, I could not find a sold one. Let's try again. See if I get anything different. No, nothing sold. So let's just do one more check on these. Let's go out to Google and type it in the search bar. Paste it in the search bar. Here's Google Shopping. Let's go to the actual shopping link. And this one looks real close to the other one. $19.99, one at $23.97. These two are eBay from $19.99 to $23. I'm not finding it at a glance, but I do know that this is kind of the asking price for just one, $19.99. So let's go finish our listing. This W18, I don't know how they got that number. I don't see it on anything. Maybe that's the manufacturer number. I'm looking at them again. These are from 1997. Yeah, 1997. I'm going to put that in the front here. 1997. Whoops, I'm out of room. I'm going to take that out. Did the other one say this W18? That one does. That's the same seller there. You can tell from the photos. But does anybody else? That's the same seller. All right. I don't know about this W18. For now, I'm going to take it out of here, and I'm going to put the year at the front, 1997, and I'm going to take out the word and, as I say and. I think that might be good, but I'm going to move this wolf figurine up to the front a little bit. I'm going to put it in front of the gray and white, and I'm going to put this in all caps, wolf in all caps. All right, let's go with that. Let's highlight, copy, paste it in the description box. SandiCast, handmade, I guess so, they're molded, it's used. I like to type read all, pre-owned, vintage used, lightwear, see all photos. 2 count, I forgot to put that in there, just want to clarify that. In the custom label, I put today's date. When I'm doing this, I put what I paid. And what did I pay for these? They were about $1.50 each when I average out what I paid, so I'm just going to put $3 here. And I got them at a garage sale, and I'll go back and fill in the date later. Just want to do this for demonstration purposes. All right, I'm going to copy and paste the condition into the description box. It's not auction, it's buy it now. And I have 2 of them. Remember, one was going for $19.95. So why not put $39.95 on this? Allow offers. Let's say sell it as a lot for 2. Private listing. That means when someone looks at my feedback, they only see what's sold, not how much it sold for. And I've got a scale right here. I'm going to weigh these. They're going to go first class without any problem. I'll still put 15 ounces here. And the box size doesn't really matter, but I'll just put a number in here. I think we're ready to list it. That's how fast it is. Let's take a look. There's the listing. 2 count, 1997 collectible SandiCast wolf figurine. I could have put an S on there for plural, but most people are not typing in the S for figurines. Photos look great. They took seconds to take. $39.95, make offer, shipping $6.95. Already they have advertising in here for other items. Item specifics was very simple. And here's my description. For my first lazy day listing today, that was pretty quick. Next, we're going to photograph the rest of the critters, the SandiCast animal figures. And I'm going to show this to you again in real time using my Pro Camera app, and then we'll be importing them into Photo Room. And I'll play some music for you. And if you want to, you can skip ahead, but hopefully you'll learn something from all the different photos that I take. And there's quite a few photos to take. But next I'm going to show you how to just kick out all of those photos in one large batch, one after the other. The photos are just in my phone right now, in my photo file, and I'll import all of them by choosing batch, keyword batch, into the Photo Room app and process them. And we're going to run them through the Photo Room app by importing them in a batch, keyword batch, to import multiple photos into Photo Room. Remember that I said you need the Pro version to batch your photos. In other words, import multiple photos. Again, I am not sponsored for this. This just is honestly the app we use for our photos. And your version of Photo Room app might be different from the one that we've been using because they do updates all the time. We select the photos from our photo album in our phone. And I did speed this up this time. And I'm going to show you again how fast it is to convert the background to your background of your choice. It will automatically go to white, but I'll choose black and let it convert everything, all my photos, to a nice solid black background. So importing the photos was at 400% speed. Processing the photos is in actual real time. Again, I'll play some music for you, and if you want to jump ahead to the next step, I understand. Sometimes in any kind of background removal app, sometimes the background doesn't come out exactly what you were expecting. In this case, the ruler, the silver ruler that I used in the photo, kind of disappeared a little bit. And Photo Room has a solution to that, and I'm going to walk you through that solution and show you how I correct it. because of the weight of the dolphin, I had to do that listing separately from all the other pieces. So I'm going to show you quickly here what the listing looks like behind the scenes. I've shown you how to do individual listings. Now it's time for me to show you how to do a variation listing. I absolutely love this option on eBay. As I said, not every category allows for it, but let's see, I've used it for craft patterns, I've used it for jewelry, for pins and brooches, and now I'm going to use it for these animal figures, the Sandy Cast animal figures. And it lets me have one listing that rolls over each month, and I don't end in sell similar on this, because if you end in sell similar, a listing with variations, it puts the original quantity back in. So keep that in mind. Do not end in sell similar on a variation listing. But other than that, I can put as many items as I'd like in this one listing. I'll show you how I do it. Something you need to know about setting up a variation listing. Rarely can I go to an existing listing and say sell one like this. I always have to start a new listing. That's how I get that variation option to show up. So if you're not finding it, make sure you're starting a new listing. And you'll find the variation option, if it exists for that type of item, after the item specifics and before the condition. It's in between those two items. If it's not there, you don't have it for that category, that eBay category. For now, I just have a rough title. And as I said, you'll find the variations option below the item specifics and above the condition. And off to the right, choose Edit. Under Variations, there are attributes and options. And it has some defaults that you can choose from, but I like to add my own attribute. And that's going to be Sandy Cast animal figure, and I save that. For options, I'm going to enter each option that I have, like woof, 2 pieces, and that pops up over on the right hand side, and then dolphin, and I choose add for that, and parrot, and I add that one. And I just keep adding all of the animals that I want to add. And don't worry at this point if they're not in alphabetical order or numerical order, if you choose to add a number. Because once you have them all entered, you have the option to click on it and drag it into the order of how you would like it to be shown in the final listing. When you're happy with the order, choose Continue. This is where it's most confusing. If you start entering photos right here, they're not going to be tied directly to the option that you set up. You need to go down to the bottom left where it says Add Variation Photos. Drop open that box, and that's where you find all the different variations, all the different options that I set up. Then you choose your first option. Mine is a bear, and then I go to Add Photos. I go to my stored photos on my laptop. You can't do this on your phone, only on a desktop or laptop. And I import the photos. And then I go to Bunny and add photos. And I keep doing this until I have all of the photos imported for the option, the variation option, the animal option that I set up. And this is what it looks like down below under Variations. Now, we do have to enter the price. So on the far right side, we enter the price of what we want to sell the item for, what we want to list it for. And it can be a different price for each item, each option. After all the prices are entered on the bottom left, I save and close. And if you need to, you can go back and edit your variations again. But do know, every time you add a new variation, you have to put it back in order for how you would like it to be viewed. Now let's go back and finish the title. Sandy Cast Animal Figure Figurine. And this is how I do it. In my title, I put Select Option Sold Individually. I want them to know right up front they're not getting the entire lot of animal figures. They are sold individually. The brand, of course, is Sandy Cast. I put a custom label of the date that I'm doing this and what I paid and maybe where I stored the item. Department, and then I fill in the item specifics. I'll just let you watch them here. The condition, fill that in. I copy and paste the title to the description box, and I copy and paste the condition in the description box. I am adding volume pricing. I've talked about that in other videos. Buy 2, save 10%. Buy 3, save 12%. And buy 4 or more, save 15%. It's a private listing. I've also talked about that in other videos. And I haven't shown this to you yet. I always take a photo for the lead photo. And I have this pre-typed piece of paper, sold individually. Select option from drop-down box. And I put that in the center and photograph all the items that are in that listing with variations. And then I went back and added that photo as my main lead photo. And this is how it looks. Open up the Sandy Cast animal figure drop-down box, and each item that is clicked on, each animal figure that is clicked on brings up the photos. So I'll just go down through this so you can take a look. So that's how you do a variation listing. Like I said, I love this feature, this option, when it's available. One of the advantages, I believe, is hopefully you'll sell more than one item to the same customer. That's what I hope for when I do these type of listings. I invite you to check out our channel, avanteavenue. I have well over 300 videos. All types of videos, pack and ship, what's sold, vlog style videos, and tutorials and things. So thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with avanteavenue, and Mark and I will see you soon. Be sure to subscribe.